Good evening, Guardians. Welcome to the 2025 Guardian Games Review, where the best of the best from Destiny 2's Vanguard were competing for glory and bragging rights. I'm Rogue Vanguard, and join me is my co-anchor, HIVE WORM. Say hi, HIVE WORM. That's right, HIVE WORM. The Guardian Games are back, and this year was more promising and thrilling than ever. Titans, Hunters, and Warlocks were geared up and ready to prove which class reigned supreme. We're bringing you all the highlights, strategies, and standout performances from the epic event this year. From intense PvE challenges to interesting PvP showdowns, the Guardian Games have it all. So grab your favorite snack, sit back, and let's dive into the action. First up, let's take a look at the opening ceremony and see how our Guardians prepared for the battles. At first release of Guardian Games, there was great excitement around the armor ornaments for this year's games. The theme for this year was Greek gods from mythology. Titans were looking strong as usual with their Hercules-inspired armor. Warlocks had very nice Zeus-inspired armors as well, and Athena-inspired armors for the Hunters as well. The Hunter mains were very happy too because the gauntlets were symmetrical this year, unlike the newly released Verglass Stalker ornaments that only look cool on one side. Aw, poor Hunters. HIVE WORM, can we show that on the screen? Very nice. Fans were also excited to see the addition of a new skimmer to the game. Gosh, would you look at that? Along with cosmetics, the new shader Godly Array has become very popular for being the first shader on armor that changes color, unlike the other shaders that only change the glowing parts. This changes the base color. It shifts between three colors going through red to blue to yellow on a repeating cycle. This shader can be applied to all things that use shaders. I found it very appealing when I applied it to the sidearm, the Call. Speaking of guns, there were 4 new guns added for the games. There are the Kyranios Trace Rifle, the Tidal Submachine Gun, the Halabelo Grenade Launcher, and the Taraxiops Scout Rifle. Here are the god rolls for both PvP and PvE, so make sure to check your vaults for them. Next, the main attractions for this year were 2 different activities. One was a new unique game mode, Rushdown. Rushdown was a boss rush style activity where you would battle a series of bosses taken from Destiny 2's campaigns, seasonal story missions, and exotic missions. With each encounter with a boss cleared, combatants in this activity increase in difficulty. In Rushdown, it featured 3 distinct modes: Warm-Up, Standard, and Expert. In all 3 difficulties, your performance helped determine the quality of your rewards. You were judged on 2 criteria: bosses defeated and total score. You could increase your score by completing encounters quickly and earning bonus points for the extra time remaining after defeating a boss. Limiting your use of revive tokens also increased your score. Each mode featured standard and class-based matchmaking. Then there was the PvP mode where your entire fire team was comprised of the same class. If you were a hunter, it was hunters versus titans, or if you were a titan, it was all titans versus warlocks. This event was very fun to play indeed. These events were also provided and sponsored by Ava Levante, who is haunted by the dead ghosts of her relatives, Carlos and Maria. Poor old lady. Now on to some standout performances this year. At the top of our list is Mr. Rick Caucus HD himself, with his viral video that changed the meta for Titans. This jolly bearded man with his sandwich received a lot of criticism from ongoing spectators. Oh, and here's the clip with the sandwich.
Wow, dude. How do these enemies keep dying? Everyone on Twitter told me this does no damage. How does everything just keep dying? Oh, I really regret using this build. Nope. There goes the Lost Sector boss. Oh, what a terrible build.
Look at that. Also, within Act 2, the mainstream meta of Bolt Charge is what led the flagship for Mr. Rick Caucus' build. It is very fun to use in this episode, and another standout performance this year is the Umbreal Echelon. This banner, that is very nice indeed, led to several cheaters in competition to cheat their way through the ranks. HIVE WORM, are we still getting the banner after this? Oh, you said Bungie caught on? Never mind, we'll talk about it later. The way these cheaters cheated to get this in competition is a disgrace to the sports itself. We do not stand with these cheaters that abuse the system for their own gain. What a disgrace. But it did become such a major issue with cheaters that Bungie did begin to crack down on it and weed out those that did use such means to achieve the rewarded Ascended Zero. I say good riddance. Huh, HIVE WORM? On a side note, Eris Morn has just received her own throne roll. Would you look at that? We love to hear about those underdog stories. On to the more important news. Hunters lost the Guardian game. Can we get a round of applause for that? Ooh, what a fall from grace. They were originally ranked first in the preseason polls because of the huge amount of Hunter mains. But unfortunately, they lost, and the good old Titans won this year with an overwhelming win of a total of 16 days out of 20. Congratulations to those Titan mains for putting in the work. Unfortunately, the Warlocks didn't win a single day during the games. I've spoken to a few Warlocks, and here's what they had to say.
Yeah, we tried pretty decently. Saw our flag in second place several times, but never put off a win. We're just glad the Hunters didn't win this year.
What a shame. Pretty handsome guy if I say so myself. But at the start of the games, the Hunters tried to cheat and sent out an announcement that they had won the first week. How outrageous can a Hunter main be? Now to the weather with the Hive Worm. Well, thanks for the weather, Hive Worm. And thank you, the viewer, for turning into the network today. And remember to subscribe to the channel for more updates. Thanks for being here and have a good day.